So in the few minutes that I have to give this keynote speech, I want to talk to you about the need to develop an entrepreneurial mindset, developing an entrepreneurial mindset. One of the things that has become a major point of discussion in the marketplace over time is the subject of are leaders made or are leaders born? And the same thing can be said of entrepreneurship. Are entrepreneurs made or are entrepreneurs born? Well, I've come to realize that entrepreneurship is very important. Entrepreneurship is one major thing that we all need to take very serious if we're going to see ourselves become the best version of ourselves, if we're going to maximize our possibilities, and if our nation, Nigeria, we come into that place where she maximizes our full potential. Now listen and listen well. I have come to realize that entrepreneurship is the solution to many of the challenges that we have in our world today. We have challenges like poverty, unemployment, underemployment, corruption, bad leadership. All these are issues that have prevailed for many decades on the continent. But you know what? Entrepreneurship is a solution. Now, when you talk about poverty, people are poor mostly because they do not know what to do to change their financial situation. So when people have understanding of entrepreneurship, it helps them with reference to the subject of poverty. When it comes to unemployment or underemployment, entrepreneurship is a solution. Why? Because a lot of people are unemployed today because there are not enough jobs to go around. Why? Because of the deficiency in the educational system. The educational system and the educational sector as it is today is not there to create job creators, it's geared towards creating job seekers. So people spend an average of 21 years of their life going through the educational sector from elementary school all the way to graduation with BSc or Masters, and when they come out, the first thing they want to do is to write a letter to say, I beg to apply. So that means you spend 21 years of your life to become a beggar. Why? Because the educational sector does not prepare people to create jobs, it prepares people to go look for a job. And that's why we need entrepreneurial mindset, so that you can go through a process that makes you to become someone that creates jobs and not someone that is just looking for a job. It's not very uncommon today to see someone that has a BSc in business administration or a master's degree, an MBA in business, and they cannot run a barbing salon successfully. They can't run the restaurant successfully. Why? Because they know the theory and they don't know the practical. I've said it over and over again, having a PhD in swimming technology does not make you a swimmer. And you need to understand that if you don't have it, you don't have it. So it's very key that we become entrepreneurs and we develop that mindset that will help us to become job creators and not job seekers. Do you know that it is not the job of the government to create jobs for you? No. It's the job of the government to put an enabling environment in place and put policies and infrastructures in place that will help small businesses to thrive all over the world. It is small businesses that grow the economy. When you start your business, you employ 2 people, you employ 5 people. She starts, she employs 3 people, she employs 8 people. By the time we come together, the aggregation of all these small businesses and the employment they make available is what creates jobs. How many jobs can the government give? So unemployment and underemployment will also be solved to a great extent when we become entrepreneurial minded in all that we do. Corruption. Corruption is also a major challenge that we have on the continent and in our country, and entrepreneurship will help us. Do you know that a lot of people steal primarily because they don't know how to create wealth, and because of the fear of the unknown, the fear of the future, the fear of losing it all? They want to get all they can, steal all they can, and can all they get, and sit on the can. Why? Because they lack understanding. That's why you see a lot of politicians, they know they've got 4 to 8 years, and many of them want to move from governor to senator. They don't want to leave that political sphere. Why? Because they don't have what it takes to build something sustainable. How many people in politics today have built anything substantial in their life outside politics? So when they get in there and they see how easy it is to steal and get money, they want to sit tight. And that's why we need a new breed of Nigerians to arise, that we arise with an entrepreneurial mindset to help ensure that we change the story and we change the narrative. And finally, one of the things that entrepreneurship will also help us to solve as I begin to lay the foundation is bad leadership. Listen and listen well. When you are an entrepreneurial leader, are you ready for this? When you are an entrepreneurial leader, you will not be a bad leader. Most of our leaders are not entrepreneurial leaders. They are not servant leaders. They are not transformational leaders. They are just positional leaders. And because they don't understand those things, it becomes an issue. I'll give you an example. So if you are just a leader, you go into, let's say you go into a kitchen right now, and you go into the kitchen with the mindset that you would like to go and prepare a particular meal. When you are going into the kitchen with the mindset to prepare that particular meal, you also go into the kitchen with the mindset of the ingredients that are required to prepare that particular meal. When you now get into the kitchen, you put all the ingredients together, you prepare the meal, and you come out with the meal and you say, oh, nice job. But guess what? What if you get into the kitchen and discover that the ingredients that you need are not available? Then you are stranded. Now, but you see, that's what makes the difference between you just being a leader and being an entrepreneurial leader. An entrepreneurial leader is that man that will go into the kitchen with a mindset that, look, I'm going to go there to prepare a meal, and these are the ingredients that I need. And when he gets there and discovers that the ingredients are not available, whatever ingredient is available, he's able to use them to prepare a meal and still meet the needs of those that are hungry. That's entrepreneurial leadership. That's the difference between good and bad leadership. So most of our leaders go in there saying they have this idea, this deal and that deal. But when they get in there, they start complaining. This is not available. The last administration did this. Excuse me, story. Whatever you find on ground, if you have entrepreneurial mindset, you'll be able to use whatever resources available, human resource. Even the problem, do you know that crisis creates opportunity? Even the problems you see will become an opportunity for you to be able to do something new and something ingenious. So we need entrepreneurs. So you need to develop entrepreneurial mindset. Now, the entrepreneurial mind is a very, very unique mind, because entrepreneurship is a spirit. You've got to have that spirit of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a mindset. So let's look at some characteristics or some aspects of that entrepreneurial mind, so that you can begin to work on yourself and make sure that you become one of those that will operate in that. Number one, the entrepreneurial mindset is a problem-solving mind. The entrepreneurial mind is a problem-solving mind. Listen to me. The ability to identify problem is not necessarily a high level of intelligence. Anybody that have eyes will see when a place is dirty. Anybody that have nose will see when a place is smelling. So the ability to identify problem is not necessarily a high level of intelligence. It is the ability to solve the problem that makes you an exceptional person. I don't know whether you guys do this in Abuja, but here where I am in Lagos, we have a lot of shows on radio in the morning, on TV in the morning, and they are mostly call-in shows, and people call in and they come up with all kinds of topics, and people will be calling, yes, hey, you know, that's the problem. And people will be talking and talking, and when they say, okay, so what do you think can be done? That's the problem. And then you see a lot of people that have what to say when it comes to explaining problem, when it comes to describing problem, when it comes to analyzing problem. But when they ask them, what do you think can be done? They sweep again to another complaint. Why? Because most people don't have answers. Why do you think people have been gathering at the NFA, at the FRA, Free Readers Association, No Future Ambition? They sit by the vendor every day. This has been happening for decades. And you see people postulating theories. You see them talking every morning near the vendor stand. But these same people have not solved any problem. Why? Because it's not the ability to identify problem. It's the ability to solve the problem that makes you exceptional. So number one, the entrepreneurial mindset is a problem-solving mindset. So are you a problem solver or a problem creator? Are you the problem or the solution to the problem? So as you are here today, make up your mind. Because are you ready for this? If you are not part of the solution, you are indirectly part of the problem. Let's stop talking Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, Nigeria is that. If you play your part and I play my part, together we can. Because there can never be a new Nigeria without new Nigerians. It takes a new breed of Nigerians, a new breed without greed, to bring forth the emergence of that new Nigeria that we desire. Number two, the entrepreneurial mindset is a risk-taking mindset. Now, have you ever asked yourself, why did your grandfather not start a business to employ your father? Why did your father not start a business to employ you? Why is everybody looking for a job? Why have you not gone to start a business? You're looking for a job in a company. You're looking for a job in a bank. After all the school you went to, ordinary small shop you can't start. Ordinary small business you cannot start. Why? It's because you are not ready to take risk. You are not ready to take risks. You want a comfortable job of salary. And when you are looking for the job, you are begging. You come in humbly. After they employ you, you are forming union. You are asking for salary increment. You are not thinking of the company. You are thinking of yourself alone because you are not an entrepreneur. You are not an entrepreneur. Listen. I've just completed a new book now. It's called How to Create Wealth as a Career Person, the Intrapreneur's Guide to the Wealthy Place. You can pre-order that and talk to my guys and pre-order that and get it. It's coming up next month. So you need to be a risk taker. You have to be willing to risk the capital that you have, the resources you have. I'm going there. You have to be able to risk what you are not sure of. You have to be able to see the invisible. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. It's a risk-taking spirit. So when you talk about having an entrepreneurial mindset, it's you, number one, becoming a problem solver. It's you becoming a risk taker, being ready to take the risk to go into areas that people are not willing to go into, to go into territories that people are not willing to go into the unknown and just chart the uncharted territories. And that's what sets you apart. Number three, it's a need-meeting mindset. When you are an entrepreneur, you are meeting the needs of people. It's all about identifying needs that are available and meeting those needs. So you are looking around, what are the needs that I need to meet? I need to meet this, I need to meet this, I need to meet needs. Next is a what? It's a question answering mindset. It's a mindset that answers questions. So when you talk about entrepreneurial mindset, is that mindset that is all about what are the questions that people need answers to? I want to answer the question. And that's what value is all about. Because the money flows in exchange for values. Now, are you ready for it? What is value? Solving problem, meeting needs, and answering questions makes you valuable. So when you begin to solve problems, you begin to meet needs, you begin to answer questions, you become a valuable person, and the money flows in exchange for value. As you help other people to solve their problem, they all come together to help you to solve your own problem. That's the way it works. Now, the entrepreneurial mindset is a value-adding mindset. We talk about the VAT. And I say it's VAT, value-added thinking. Your mindset is all about thinking of how to add value. Anywhere you find yourself, how can I make things better? Anywhere you find yourself, how can I add value to this thing? Anywhere you find yourself, how can I bring an addition? How can I bring this thing to the next dimension of operation? You are not just thinking of what will I get? What will I get? No, you're thinking of how to make a difference. That's who an entrepreneur is. An entrepreneurial mindset is an investment mindset. An entrepreneurial mindset is an investment mindset. It's a mindset that is concerned about investing. Look, there are only three things you can do with money. There are only three things you can do with time. Three things you can do with money, three things you can do with time, and three things you can do with your life. Number one, you can waste money, you can waste time, and you can waste your life. Number two, you can spend money, you can spend time, and you can spend your life. Number three, you can invest money, you can invest time, and you can invest your life. So are you a waster, a spender, or an investor? When you say you are an entrepreneur, you are not just someone that wastes time. You don't waste money, you don't waste time, and you are not wasting your life because you have just one life to live. And if you live it well, one life is enough. Nobody grows young. You don't grow young. Every day you wake up, you are growing old. Before you know it, you are 30. Before you know it, you are 40. Before you know it, you are 50. Before you know it, you are 60. You can medicate, you can padicate, you can co-stage, you can package it, you can do all kinds. At the end of the day, when you are alone, you know that you are not growing young. Listen and listen well. Nobody grows young, everybody grows old. So you just wake up one day to discover that this life, you have either wasted it, spent it, or invested it. So an entrepreneurial mindset is a mindset of investment. You invest money, you invest time into people, into places, into products, into services, into projects, into courses, and then you invest your life. So when you begin to have that clear understanding, it will help you to know that the change that we are looking for begins from the inside of you and I, because evil thrives when good men do nothing. There are 5 mindsets that you need to eradicate if you're going to develop the entrepreneurial mindset. 5 mindsets that you need to eradicate, and I think I would like to begin to wrap up from here. 5 mindsets that you need to eradicate if you're going to develop the investment mindset. Number 1, nomadic mentality. You need to eradicate nomadic mindset. The nomadic mindset is the mindset of nomads. You know, nomads are mostly cattle rearers that go from place to place. No fixed address. They don't plant anything. They only consume what other people are planted. So you don't want to be a nomad. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you cannot be jumping from job to job, business to business, career to career. You are not focused. You are not stable. You are not consistent. consistent. Today you are into barbing, tomorrow you are into IT, next tomorrow you are a farmer. Before you know it, now you are into importation. Who did this to you? Sit down, discover what you should be doing with your life and focus on it. If you give focus attention on that which you are supposed to do over a period of time, it will begin to pay you back. In order for you to be able to matter within an industry or within a sector, you need to give at least 5 years of focus, 5 years of consistency into that thing. So you cannot just be jumping from job to job and jumping from place to place. No, you've got to be focused. Number 2 is what? The consumer mentality. Consumer. You collect salary, you consume. You go to a relationship, you consume. You go into a place, you consume. You are consuming. Do you know why Nigeria is the way it is today? It's because we are a consumer nation. Listen and listen well. When you say first world, third world, God did not create 3 worlds. The Creator created only 1 world. Why do we have third world nation? Nations are rated according to their ability to produce. Are they producer nation or consumer nation? That's why Nigeria is where it is. We are more of a consumer nation than a producer nation. We consume everything foreign. We produce nothing. And that's why our country is the way it is. When we begin to produce and we begin to export what we produce, foreign exchange will be available. When we begin to buy Nigeria and consume what we have and go into local consumption, and we wear our own clothes, we do our own shoes, we will eat our own food, we drink our own wine, and you will be shocked at how we can turn things around in this nation in less than a decade. But everybody is importing. That is why a Nigerian car is still not good enough until you import a 160 million car per person from outside, because we are a generation of consumers. So we need to eradicate that consumer mentality. Number 3 is victim and entitlement mentality. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to let go of all this victim mentality, entitlement mentality. Entrepreneurship is not easy, and government is not helping us. Shh. Listen and listen well. In the midst of the terrible Nigerian economy, people are becoming billionaires. Crisis creates opportunities. Money hides in problem. The inefficiencies and the deficiencies of Nigeria is a money-making opportunity for people. Why do you think that the Asians are coming? The Chinese are coming, Indians are coming. Why do you think Europeans are coming? You want to jump and leave your country to expired places that have maximized their own potential, that have no room for growth. And they are coming here. They are coming here because they have seen what you have not seen. Africa is the youngest continent. We have over 1 billion people, about 1.3 billion people on the continent today, and over 70% of them are below the age of 35. In Nigeria today, we don't have any regular statistics, but I can tell you we're about 260 million Nigerians. And out of the 260 million Nigerians, over 75% of them are below the age of 35. So we're a young continent. Our population is what they are coming for. They are seeing the population and they know that if I can solve problem for enough people, think about it. Everybody will use toothpaste every day. Everybody will eat. Everybody will wear slippers. Everybody will use water to bathe. Everybody will drink water. Everybody will use tissue paper. Just think about the magnitude of opportunity in the population. And just make up your mind that, look, I just want to produce something that I can reach out to just 1% of that population. If it's just 1% that can buy something from me, you'll be shocked at how rich you can be. So all this entitlement mentality, if you wait for government, you will waste away. There is no good government that is perfect anywhere in the world. So while we know that we have deficiencies in the government, avoid all this entitlement mentality. Hey, we are the minority. I'm a young boy. I'm a male. I'm a female. I didn't go to school. Forget all that side. Listen and listen well. When you become a solution provider, when you are a value creator, people will come to look for you. So focus on that. Avoid all this victim and entitlement mentality. It will stop you from doing what you are supposed to do. You are carrying 15 million to go to Canada. With 15 million in Nigeria, you'll be amazed at what you can do. But because you have well, let's leave that side. My time. Number 4 is civil and salary mentality. Civil service mindset. Salary mindset. Listen to me. If you want to create wealth and make a difference, we cannot all sit down and be waiting for salary. Salary cannot help you to create wealth, but salary plus investment can help you to create wealth. So you need to exit that mindset of salary. Can you imagine? I don't have a job. I don't have a job. You graduated 7 years ago and you are waiting for a job for 7 years. Is that not an indictment against the school you said you went to? So you mean for 7 years you are waiting for somebody to employ you? Why didn't you employ yourself? Why did your father not employ you? Why did your grandfather not employ you? Why are you waiting for somebody to employ you? Because all the school you went to has made you a beggar. He didn't create you to look for. You couldn't even start anything in 7 years. You graduated for the past 4 years now. I've been looking for a job. There is no job anywhere. Listen to me. Why are you looking for a job? Look for work. There is no job, but there is work. It's because you are looking for money. If you are looking for work, go and volunteer and do internship and volunteer free in places where you will work and your work will speak for you instead of you looking for somebody to pay you. If it's that easy, why didn't you start the business by yourself and employ yourself? And finally, it's materialism mentality. We live in a materialistic world. Very, very materialistic world. Where people are rated by virtue of what they wear, the car they drive, where they live. No, you are not what you wear, you are what wears you. You are not what you drive, you are what drives you. You are not where you live, you are what lives in you. So it is very, very important for every one of you. I'm not physically there, but I want to believe that we have a lot of young people there below the age of 35. Forget about these old people that are in their 70s, 60s, even the people in their live there. As a young man, take your destiny in your hand because you still have a great future ahead of you. And they keep telling you that you are the leaders of tomorrow. Just they play. You are the leader of today. Take your destiny in your hand now.